Hello Bronx, hope everyone has had a great week. Let's take a look at what's coming up in this edition of the Weekly Review. First on the list, Republican candidate for U.S. Senate Ted Cruz visits the Rio Grande Valley. Find out what he had to say at the event hosted by the McAllen Tea Party. Also, Cartoon Network celebrates its 20th anniversary. Our very own George Terrazas interviewed UTPA students to find out what their favorite shows as a child were. Let's begin. U.S. Senate Republican candidate Ted Cruz stopped in Mission, Texas during his campaign trail. Elizabeth Espinosa shares the story.
Saturday, October 13th, Rafael Edward Ted Cruz made a stop during his campaign trail in Mission, Texas. The event was hosted by the McAllen Tea Party beginning at 6:30 p.m. at the Riverside Club.
The man has an incredible history, but for him to come to the Valley, to a place where there are very few Republicans, we're growing in number, but we're few in number, means a lot. I mean, it's very symbolic. He's reaching out to the people that have a very similar background to his own, and he's here to listen.
Cruz continued to explain his plans if he won the November 6th election.
I think the most important challenge facing young college graduates now is the lack of jobs. We have got to have an economy that is producing jobs. For young people, what's critical to our future is having jobs, having opportunity to work for the American dream. And I intend in the U.S. Senate to fight every day.
Ted Cruz's opponent for Texas U.S. Senate seat is Democrat Paul Saller. For more information about these candidates, visit tedcruz.org for the Republican nominee or sallerforsenate.com for the Democratic nominee. For the Pan American, I'm Elizabeth Espinosa.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Next up, let's check out this week's segment of George Investigates.
October 2012 is the channel Cartoon Network's 20th birthday, and to reflect on this occasion, I walked around UTPA campus asking students what fond memories they have, if any, on their favorite Cartoon Network shows.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
SWAT Cats. Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Tenchi Muyo, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Scooby-Doo, and it always will be.
Looking into Adventure Time right now. Oh yeah, there's Looney Tunes. I remember Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Scooby-Doo.
Probably Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter.
Yes, Dexter's Lab.
Honestly, Dexter's Laboratory.
Pokemon.
That's WB.
But they still showed it on Cartoon Network.
Doesn't count.
To say probably Robot Chicken.
That's Adult Swim.
Yeah, Adult Swim, Robot Chicken.
Favorite Cartoon Network show? Hey, why is it your favorite show?
It was what was on when you got home from from school when I was little.
Like the running gags they had in Scooby-Doo.
Getting up early in the morning to watch it.
Dee Dee's Antics.
Because I watched it with my brother.
I just like the humor in them. It was more simplistic.
He actually finds out the girls are sort of into him, and he's like, I'm gonna do the famager. I
just thought it was interesting how he had a cool room.
I was kind of like sort of the black sheep of the family, and so was Dexter in his family, with like his interest in science and his little laboratory. Like,
what's yours?
Science.
Thank you, George. Lastly, Halloween is only 12 days away. Learn how to carve a pumpkin with Victoria Villela to end your Halloween with a bang.
Hello, UTPA. I'm Victoria Villela for the Pan American. You've been doing it all your life, but did you know there's a couple do's and don'ts to pumpkin carving? Well, today I'm going to give you a few quick tips to make your holiday pumpkin carving a lot easier. So, let's get started. You will need a few simple tools. A pumpkin carving set that you can find at your local grocery store, an ice cream scoop, vegetable oil, and an LED light or candle, and a stencil of your choice. Step 1. The first step is to gut your pumpkin. You may want to put on gloves. It can get a bit messy. Cutting a hole at the bottom of the pumpkin will keep the moisture in the pumpkin so that it will last longer. With your ice cream scoop, scoop in one spiral motion. When all the strings and the seeds are free from the walls, flip your pumpkin upside down and the inside should fall out in one drop. Step 2. Take your stencil of choice and tape it to the side of the pumpkin you would like. After taping the stencil, use the outlining tool that is found in your carving set to trace over the image. Take a quick peek to make sure you are outlining right. Step 3. Once done outlining, you are ready to start carving. Use the small serrated knife that can also be found in your carving kit. When carving, make sure to use a sawing motion. This will prevent you from over-carving certain areas of your pumpkin. Step 4. When you have carved your pumpkin to your liking, to preserve the pumpkin, rub vegetable oil around the edges. Step 5. Place a small LED light inside of your pumpkin. Using a small LED light instead of a candle is safer and will last longer.
Well guys, this is what your final product should look like. Good luck this holiday season. I'm Victoria Villela for the Pan American. And now for some news around campus. Early voting begins next Monday, October 22nd. It will take place at the Student Union from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Bring your voter registration certificate or proper ID. And on Saturday, a Bronx volleyball game will be taking place against the Houston Baptist University. The game will take place at the UTPA Fieldhouse starting at 1 p.m. This has been your weekly review. Remember to like the Pan American on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Thank you for watching. For the Pan American, I'm Dimitra Hernadez.